Hey everybody, welcome to another FB Live training of Fire Your Inner Critic, Find Your Inner Badass, and finally build your business. Cassandra Von Worsley here. So, we are talking about a subject in today's training that we are probably going to talk a lot about. Business comfort zones. Why are we going to talk about business comfort zones a lot in our private community? Because you know what? The inner critic loves for you to live in a comfort zone, but even more importantly than that, your inner critic thrives when you're living in a business comfort zone. So on today's FB Live training, we're going to talk about some ways that you can get out of your business comfort zone. Now before I go into the training, let me say a couple of things. If you're watching this on YouTube, join our private Facebook community. You can find us at facebook.com/groups/Fire Your Inner Critic. You're going to want to be a part of this community. We've got a lot of great things going on. This community is for aspiring entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs who know that the inner leadership game, the mindset approach, is everything to either starting a business, building a business, or growing a business to the level that they want it to be. So we are doing that in this private community. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. Comfort zones. So the interesting thing about comfort zones is that comfort zones feel comfortable, but they are rarely comfortable, meaning you're seduced in a comfort zone by the fact that it feels normal to you. You know how to operate within it. You're used to doing the things you've always done. Comfort zones are comfortable, or they seem comfortable, because you know how this is going to play out. And in business, when you're in a business comfort zone, you could, for example, write that blog post any day of the week because you do that all the time and you know what you're doing. You can post something on Instagram because you're used to posting on Instagram. But the moment you start to think of doing something a little bit different, a little bit deeper, a little bit more vulnerable. For example, maybe you're really good at Instagram and you love posting quotes on Instagram, but you've never done Instagram stories and you're afraid to go on Instagram stories. And so for you, the comfort zone in your business with social media might be posting on Instagram, but outside of your comfort zone within Instagram is actually doing an Instagram story. Same platform, same purpose, same focus, but there is a difference between doing what is in your comfort zone and what is outside of your comfort zone. And here's the thing, our inner critic loves to remind us that safety lives in a comfort zone. Our inner critic loves to say, oh, I don't know what happens if you do that. If you do that, you might fail. If you do that, you might lose. If you do that, you might not be able to come back. Our inner critic is constantly promoting this idea that to step outside of the comfort zone. Notice I didn't even say live outside of the comfort zone. Hey, Dawn. Hey, our inner critic loves to promote the concept that to even step outside our comfort zone is dangerous enough that we don't even want to put a foot outside of the comfort zone because we will more than likely lose. And so I want to talk today about how do you get yourself outside of a comfort zone? A, because number one, they feel comfortable in the moment. And two, they're rarely really comfortable. In fact, they are one of the most dangerous zones to be in because no growth happens in your comfort zone. You cannot grow in a comfort zone. So the illusion of safety, the illusion of comfort comes in. You know how to roll in a comfort zone. You know what to expect, you know what to do, you know what happens next. But that is the least safe place for you to be in your business, because if you are not growing in your business is not growing, and we do not have growth in a comfort zone. So let's talk about, and I've got them listed here, the 5 ways to push yourself. And I mean, it is a push, right? Like, I think of every comfort zone that I've ever gotten out of, I had to push myself out of that comfort zone, literally. People say, well, no, you shouldn't have to push, it should flow. Comfort zoning and getting out of it is not a flow state. I wish I could tell you it was flow. It is not flow. It is a push your butt out of it. It is a eagle casting her babies from the nest and saying, fly, get on with it, because this is your life. We have to push ourselves outside of a comfort zone. So how do we do that exactly? Number one, raise the bar on your effort and performance level. So people get dicey about this thing. When I say raise the bar on your effort and performance level, I mean, in business, you need to push yourself far beyond anything you've ever done before. What does that look like for you? I can't give you that answer, but I can tell you, you know how many hours a week, or you can find out pretty quick how many hours a week you put into your business. You can tell me with pretty much accuracy what you do in your business every single day of the week. And what I'm saying is, when I say raise the bar on your level of effort and performance, that means to me, if you write 3 blog posts a week, can you write 3 double the word count blog posts a week? Can you write 6 of the same word count blog posts a week? What does raising the bar on the efforts you're putting in? If you're creating artwork, how much are you creating every single month, every single year? Can you double that? Can you triple that? What would that require of you? And here's the reason why you do it. So lots of people go, well, you know, if you're a writer, you say, well, I can't write double the number of books that I do a year. It's a creative art. It's something that I have to feel. That is not true. Any business you do, whether it's an artistic endeavor or not, has an art piece to it and a science piece to it. A construction business has an art piece to it and a science piece to it. So right, Dawn, people continually settle in their comfort zone and they stunt their growth. You never want to settle in a comfort zone. So if you're constantly raising the bar on your level of performance, if you're constantly saying, okay, I got this far this week, what if I did 20 minutes more a day? 15 minutes more a day? What if I demanded of myself more this week than I did last week? That is one way to push yourself out of a comfort zone, because now you don't know if you can do it. Now you're taking a risk, you're betting on you, and you're gonna see what happens next. So the first way to get yourself out of a comfort zone is to raise the bar on both your effort and your performance. Now, second way to push yourself out of a business comfort zone. And this is not an easy one. In fact, this raise the bar in effort and performance is sort of easy compared to this one. The second way that you can push yourself out of a business comfort zone is this: delegate and ask for support. Do you know how hard that is for most of us? I can't tell you how hard it is for me to ask for support. I have to literally push myself and force myself to ask for support. But there's power in being able to include people, the right people, as a whole other FB Live training, the right people in your dream by delegating, by asking for support, by saying, hey, could you watch the kids for an hour? I need to go do my art. Hey, could you help me out with this? I know you're really good at PowerPoint and I want to give a talk somewhere sometime. Could you help me out with that? Could you teach me that? There is power in knowing that you do not have to build this business alone, that there are experts out there, experts in your family, experts among your friends. Say, hey, could you read this for me? I think I want to write a book. Let me know what you think about it. All of that is powerful. So delegating and asking for support is another way that you can push yourself. And again, it's a push out of your business comfort zone. Third thing you can do to push yourself out of your business comfort zone: take one bold, big move in your business. I can't tell you what that is. You know what that is. But if you were going to literally take a leap in your business and take it to the next level with one bold move, what would that bold move be? Only you can answer that question. But the fear and the inner critic that's telling you, well, that's never going to work. You're never going to be able to do that. That is what is keeping you from taking bold moves. And I can't remember who said this quote, but fortune favors the bold. Every time. Fortune favors the bold. So what is that one bold move that if you took it, yes, you'd be scared. Yes, you would be worried. But at the same time, you would be on the other side of your fear and you would be that much closer to where you want your business to be. Take one bold, courageous move. That's the third way to push yourself out of a business comfort zone. Fourth way to push yourself out of a business comfort zone, which is not one of my favorite, because when I don't want to do a task, I certainly procrastinate on it. Tackle a task in your business that you have been procrastinating on forever. For some people, it's getting your inbox to inbox 0. For other people, it's making certain phone calls. For other people, it's taking a certain training. For other people, it's cold calling past clients and saying, hey, what's going on? Why don't we reconnect? There is something, or in my case, a number of things that you are postponing doing in your business. Tackle one of those things. A, it forces you to stop procrastinating. B, it pushes you out of a comfort zone. So that is the fourth thing you can do to push yourself out of a business comfort zone. Fifth thing you can do, final thing I'm going to talk about, and by far of all five is the most powerful thing you can do to push yourself out of a comfort zone. And I won't say it's as hard as asking for support, but it is kind of tough. The fifth thing you can do to push yourself out of a comfort zone is, and here it is, devote 4 hours a day to your one thing in your business. So Gary Keller wrote this amazing book called The One Thing. If you haven't read it, read it. And he talks about the fact that you do maker time in the morning and manager time in the evening. You create in the morning, you manage in the evening, but you really need to devote 4 hours to one key priority in your business. He uses the 80-20 rule, and he says 20% of what you do in your business accounts for 80% of the revenue of your business. So if the 80-20 rule applies, and really you got to figure out what's the 20% that I do that gets me the 80% of the results, then you need to spend 4 hours a day devoted to that one thing. Now that's hard for people because they go, I don't know where I'm going to get 4 hours a day. I barely sleep 6 hours. Where am I going to get 4 hours? Other people go, well, I've got 15 things that I have to do in my business. How do I devote 4 whole hours a day to one thing? You figure out what is the 80-20 in your business. What is the 20% of what you do that accounts for the 80% of your revenue, and then you devote 4 hours a day, first thing in the morning, to that one thing. Literally, it will drive you crazy at first because you'll want to do 10 other things and you'll want to multitask, but you won't. And B, you will become a master at whatever that one thing is, that 20% that accounts for the 80% of success in your business. You will become a master at it in much less time than if you're dividing your energy among 15,000 things. So those are 5 ways to push yourself out of a comfort zone. Last point that I'm going to make on this training, you're going to have to push yourself out of a comfort zone, period. Like nobody just walks out of a comfort zone. Nobody skips out of a comfort zone. If you're going to get out of your business comfort zones, you are going to have to kick your own butt out of your comfort zone. And the only way that happens is with action. Talking means nothing. Thinking is the beginning, but it certainly is not the conclusion. Action is everything. So remember, this is a situation where, as much as I'd love to tell you focus and flow, go with the flow. This is not a go with the flow thing. If you're going to get out of your comfort zones, it is going to be because you pushed yourself out. You pushed yourself out. All right, everybody, I will see you on the next FB Live training.